What's up, guys? It is currently Christmas morning, and I am recording this as a little gift to Man City fans. We haven't gotten any official um, notifications or uh, announcements from the club that this has happened, and I don't think we will until the window actually opens in January. Um, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of Fabricio, a lot of declining of other clubs going on, and it's all pointing to Semenyo to City. So I'm gonna go into that more about the tactics and why we're going to add him to the squad. Dylan did a fantastic video 2 days ago about how he just fits into most squads in the Premier League, how he's Premier League proven, how he just plays as a player, and everyone should definitely go watch that for a little more insight on Antoine Semenyo and his rise in the Premier League in the past couple of seasons. Um, yeah, so let's start off with some standout statistics from this season. Dylan did go over last season's statistics pretty in depth, but these are more updated. I saw them after I even watched Dylan's video. So this is Squawka's updated statistics as of right now. Um, Semenyo sits in the top three for top 10, sorry, for shots, which is great. 35. I mean, top 10 is fine. I'll take that. We need more shots in the squad. Shots, as nice as they are, if they're not on target, don't really mean much. Um, so that's where we get here. He's in the top five for shots on target in the Premier League. Only ahead of him are Holland, Mbuemo, Mateta, and Thiago. Mateta and Thiago, both the strikers for their team, expected. Uh, and Mbuemo has been United's standout forward. So this is a good sign for us. 20 out of 35 go on target. That's a pretty high conversion rate for just the shots that he's taking. So we'll also take that. We just need more goals in the squad. Semenyo can definitely bring that, and that gets me to the next statistic, which is going to just be the goals. Um, Holland's ahead of the pack by a country mile, but there are a good amount of players in that third place, tied for third place range. It's going to be Ekitike, Welbeck, Foden, Mateta, and then now Semenyo. Semenyo's playing for a struggling bird, Bournemouth side at the moment. So these numbers, and along with the other statistics, I think are pretty indicative of where he can go in this league. Not to mention, you're going to be throwing him into a squad with so many threats, like a Ryan Cherky, who's the leading assist man, Holland, who's going to take pressure and just eyes off of Semenyo throughout the game. And then I'll talk a little more about it later, but the fullbacks and how he builds up and assists with that. The last statistic I really wanted to go over, though, is this one. I do think this one is the most important in terms of the profile that City has determined that they needed. 99 duels, top 10 in the Premier League. Among this list are mainly defensive players, and then you'll have the occasional hard runner, hard worker out there that's just winning duels left and right. Notice none of our wingers are on here, so I think this says a lot, and it's gonna move me into the next point, where I'm gonna look at the heat map review. Um, so let me get to that heat map review. Here is the heat map. So this first one is going to be Antoine Semenyo. As you can see, a lot more balanced, a lot more heat on either side of the pitch, the defensive and offensive sides. The next one after that in the middle is going to be Doku. You can see he's very, very attacking, very involved in that final third. Less so in the defensive attributes of the game when it comes to tracking back. That can be seen in the duels, I'm guessing. Um, and then the third one is Cherokee, who is a different role altogether. These three are all different roles, but he's a little more inverted, a little more central, creating the play, dictating the play, and not helping much defensively as well. So when you look at Semenyo and you look at the way we've been playing, I've been harping on it for weeks. We use our wingbacks to make that width in the squad, whether it be Nico O'Reilly or Mateus Nunes. So what does this mean for the squad? This means that we are going. Oh my God. This means that we're gonna have another option, another deadly threat that Pep can throw into the system, based on who we're playing and what we need in the team. Um, I think this defensive contribution from a winger is going to be huge in the way that our team is made up right now. Mateus Nunes has been growing into the role, and I think it's safe to say that Nico O'Reilly, both of them, have been growing into their role this past season, and it seems like um, they're thriving. They both have accepted that this is what the manager's vision is for them, and this is how they're gonna get shit done. So I think he's going to be big in allowing them to get further forward and just cover that space when they need to get forward. But on the other side of the ball, or at least when he has the ball, he's a very direct player. He's going to get us shots. He's going to get us chances, and he's going to be another focal point in the offense that defenses can't ignore. Um, And I think the big talking point about around this has probably been the outs that are going to come with it. Report came out this morning that Oscar Bob is most likely the player leaving. Um, in terms of this pickup, there, I believe it's Dortmund and Crystal Palace that are linked, but I've said it multiple times lately. I love Oscar Bob, but this is the type of caliber of player we need right now, especially competing with Arsenal for a Premier League title, competing with the best in Europe for a Champions League title. Um, we can't wait for Bob to come good, and unfortunately, that leg break came at the worst possible time in his career. I really think he could have been something special last year and this year, but we don't have the time to wait for that to come around. Savio's a different story. I think there's a bit more affection for him in terms of just his role in the City Football Group, and also I guess Pep likes him. He sees him as a hard worker and something special there. I do think I haven't really touched on it lately, but Savio has improved in the past couple of games. It looks like his mentality, his outlook has changed, and whether that's just confidence or more support from the manager, I'm fine with it. I just thought that the missing out on 75 mil was strange, and this seems kind of like a correction to that. You look at around the price tags, could have got this player probably around this price in um, in the summer, but we didn't. So this is corrective. We're only in second place, chasing, breathing down the neck of first place. So it's really not that bad. Um, Another outgoing. I don't know if it's necessarily linked with this. It may be if he goes back to Bournemouth, but Nathan Ake uh, hasn't been getting the playing time he's wanted. He's been linked with Crystal Palace as well. But if an Ake return to Bournemouth helps ease this thing and make it go quicker, even though it's a release clause, then I think that's fair. He was a great player for us throughout his career. I don't think he necessarily got the flowers he deserved throughout the entire time, but um, I appreciate what he's done and looking forward to what Antoine Semenyo will bring to the squad. I'm hoping it's goals. I'm hoping it's power, directness, explosiveness, and then just pure vibes with Holland. Honestly, I don't know if many of you have seen the interview of him just praising Holland on the type of striker that he would like to be, and I thought that was interesting because he kind of referred to himself as a striker as well. So this guy can play. To summarize, this guy can play left wing, his main position, where I don't think he'll be getting many minutes due to Doku and Marmoush once he's back. He can play right wing, which I do think will be the primary position we got him for. allowing Cherokee to go a little more into the field, dropping Foden into an 8, allowing Nunes to overlap him. But he can also be a backup striker role. He's got size over Marmoush, something that kind of is necessary for us in that role. And Marmoush is not necessarily like an all-out 9 either. So in the time that he's gone, Semenyo can offer that cover for Holland. But also when Marmoush is back, he could be either a side-by-side partner or someone to play along Semenyo. And I think that's going to be very dangerous for the rest of the league. I know I didn't really talk about Marmoush in this video, but I've said it plenty of times. This was just unfortunate for him to pick up an injury before the AFCON. Pep was never going to ease a player back into the squad right before he leaves for a month, maybe 2 months, a month and a half. So, as unfortunate as it was, he carried us to this, to even be competing for this year at the end of last season to get us to the Champions League spots. But it, we need to win. We can't be relying on Marmoush and then have him get shipped off to AFCON, and then be left without an option there. So Doku has taken his chances. He's injured now. There's a gap to fill. Marmoush out at AFCON. Semenyo will come in hopefully as early as January 2nd and begin training, be ready for the next stretch of games and continue his goal scoring. Hopefully rising above Igor, Thiago, Mateta, the rest of them, and yeah, just proving everyone that thinks this is not gonna go well wrong. Making this very clear that Pep has a vision. Pep doesn't usually get the visions wrong. If you look at our track record, I think Calvin Phillips is really the only one that I'd be devastated with. And just enjoy the footy. It's gonna be free flowing. It's gonna be direct. It's gonna be fucking the opposite of our footy last year when we're just passing the ball side to side around the box. Um, this is what footy is about for me. This is high flying, exciting. Everyone's got 110% out on the pitch. The heart's behind the badge. This is the way I want to see my team play. These are the type of signings I want to see. The aggression, the okay, we are lacking in this position, and rather than being complacent and waiting for our world class talent to develop, we go get the world class talent. It's not like he's 29 years old either. He's about to turn 26. He's got plenty of time to build with the rest of the squad. He has a release clause. So anyone that's saying, "Oh, like it's not fair," suck it. Your club couldn't convince him to come. That's not my problem. That's not City's problem. Um, and for the people again that want to say that he's gonna ruin him, show me the track record and we can talk about it. But until then, thank you. This has been Mila from C.O.C Network. Follow us on the socials, like and subscribe. And yeah, road to 500 subscribers is nigh. So working on that. Thanks guys. Happy holidays.